This tutorial we're going to convert strings to primitives. Just like in the previous tutorial which we converted primitives to strings, this tutorial we're going to do it the other way around. So it's important to know how to convert strings to primitive, because a lot of applications that we are going to build will be requiring data from the user, and usually those data are collected as strings, and sometimes we might need to convert those strings to numbers like integer or short or long or floats. So that's the essence of this tutorial. So let's get on with it. So I'm gonna create a new class. Let's call this class strings to primitives example 1. Here we go. So I'm gonna save this file as strings to primitives example 1.java. I'm gonna insert the main method. So that's the main method. Now converting strings to primitives is pretty easy. Let's say we had a string. Let's call this str age. So a number that was actually inside the string data type. Hope you get the point. So if we want to convert this to, let's say, an int, we'll say int, let's say age equals integer dot parse int str age. Then we can split out the integer. You can say the value of the variable age is, then we concatenate age, then we get that. So let's compile this and run it and see if we're on the right track. So I'm gonna java strings to primitives example 1.java, and it compiled. Then I run java strings to primitives example 1. Here we go, and you can see the value of the variable age is 23. Alright, so what we were doing here was converting an integer, or sorry, a string to an integer. How about converting a byte or a short, or sorry, a string? How about converting a string to a byte or a short? So let's go ahead and do that. So assuming we want to, okay, actually this number can fit into both byte and short. So let's see how we can convert them to byte and short respectively. So I can say I can say byte b equals byte dot parse byte, then we pass in str age. Again, we can split it out by saying send out the print line, the value of the variable b is b. Let's compile that and run it, and you can see the value of the variable b, which is now a byte, is 23. So that shows us that we were able to convert that string into a byte. How about a short? You can say short s equals short dot parse short, then we pass in str age, which is a string, and then we can split it out as well by saying system.out the print line, and the value of the variable s is s. Again, we can compile, and then we can run it, and you can see the value of the variable s is s. Okay, we've done a byte, we've done a short, we've done an int. about a long. So you might have already guessed how it's gonna be. Long L is equals to long dot parse long dot parse long. We put str age as usual, and then we spit out the value of the variable L is L. Again, we compile and run, and you can see the value of the variable L is 23. Okay, let's do a float and a double. So to do a float, we're gonna declare a float. Let's call this f equals float dot parse float. Then we pass in str age. Again, we spit it out. The value of the variable f is f. Let me also do a double immediately. Double d equals double dot parse double str age. The value of the variable d is d. Okay, character and boolean. So we have char, let's call this c, equals to character dot parse character dot parse char. Str age, the value of the variable c is c. And finally, the last but not the least, boolean b equals the problem here now is that we won't be able to convert 23 into a boolean. So let's just say we declare a variable. Let's call this variable my bool to be equal to false, and another string. Okay, let's call this my false bool, and I have another string, my true bool, to be equal to true. So let's convert these two boolean values to these two string values containing boolean expressions into boolean variables. So we can say boolean dot parse boolean, and we pass in my false bool. Let me call this boolean my f, or my false, and let's call this other boolean my true, to equal to boolean dot parse boolean my true bool. So you can split them all out. The value of my false is my false. The value of my true is my true. Okay, so that's it. I think I've gone through all the 8 primitive data types and converting strings to the 8 primitive data types. So that's how you convert them. But let's run this, let's compile it and run it so that we can see if we are on the right track. So here we go. We'll clear the screen. Hopefully we don't have any errors. um okay, looks like we have an error here. um the method pass car. Okay, actually there isn't any method called pass character. That was a mistake, obviously. There is no pass character method equivalent of other pass methods for character. So the only way we can get a character out of a string is to get the character at a specified index, because these characters here, they are more than one character, and a car can store only one character. So we will simply have to do strh dot car at. So we have to use the car at method and then pass in 0 to get the first character. If we want to get the second character, we pass in 1, and so on. So that's how to do it. So let's compile, and it compiled. So now let's run it. So you can see the output from various data types, and you can see the character. We retrieved the first character from that string 2 3, and we had only 2 as a character. So that's it with converting strings to primitives. I hope you found this informative, and thanks for viewing.